Hare Krishna. It is truly an excellent opportunity for learning and hearing under the guidance of our beloved Gurudev, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami. We are delighted to have a beloved Gurudev on behalf of everyone here. We welcome our Gurudev to kindly open our darkened eyes and please fill it with the knowledge. We humbly welcome assembled devotees to our seeing through the eyes of scriptures Gyan chakshu session. Hare Krishna Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
So, can we start Gurudev for the very first question of today's session?
All right. Yeah, free.
So, the very first question of today's session goes, question number 1. What is the duty individually of a mother and a father towards their Krishna conscious children?
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachaya Nirvisesa Sinyavadi Prastata Desatana Gyana Timirandasya Gyanandana Salakaya Chapchulan Litam Jena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sakitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadama Yamradati Swa Padantikam Vanchakal Pataribhya Chakripa Sindhivya Puritanam Parnir Vaishvya Namaha Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We are very happy and delighted to be with all of you. So we have this beautiful question before us, the responsibility of a father and mother for a Christian concept child. As soon as the question came, and then I'm just remembering a very, very, very touching incident that happened, which we would like to begin from there. What is that? That Srila Prabhupada ordered one of his female disciples to stop worshipping deity. For what? To have a baby. So that shows how important it is. That we came to Krishna consciousness to serve the Krishna, so we know that it's a great, great, great fortune for us to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And here, devotee is fixed in serving Krishna, and His divine grace, the Prabhupada, is stopping the disciple from worshipping the deities, and the disciple to take care of her child. For most of us, who have improper understanding, let me use that word, improper understanding. A marriage, having children, is considered Maya. Yes, but now we have brought in a Krishna conscious child, it's a devotee. We have to purify our Maya by devotional service. And we know very well that serving a devotee is very superior to worshipping Lord Krishna himself. Just like Prabhupada did. What he did, it is approved in the scripture. Mad Bhakta Puja Vyadika, so Krishna said to him, 11th canto, the worship of my devotees are better than my worship. Mad Bhakta Puja Vyadika. So Prabhupada did exactly what Krishna recommended in the scripture, stopping a disciple to take care of the child. Why? one experienced Christian told me, one experienced Christian, and it's something that all of us should learn. Something all of us should learn, because we have been discussing, or let's say we have been teaching or sharing some details, practical application of how to have a Christian console driven temple, a Christian console driven project, a Christian console driven temple, yatra, or life. Christian console driven life. For those who have Christian console driven culture, the activities are different. So this experienced Christian said he gives himself completely to training the new people he had brought into his church. That he's ready to take any risk to invest his energy in training those who may have accepted in his church. Why? Because excuse me, training those whom we have brought into our community, national community, training them, investing into them, which most of us are not doing, is very, very, very essential, very, very important. Why? Because they are the future of this movement. It's the proper knows to maintain this movement. We need devotees, and those devotees whom we are going to hand over the leadership to must be trained. So the children who are born here, as the Prophet said, they are our future, and it is very, very important for us to invest into them. So here, Prophet is teaching us our responsibility as a mother and as a father to take care of our children. We know the consequences of not taking care of children. We know the consequences of not taking care of children, the consequences of not taking care of women, and the consequences of abusing them. It is very, very devastating. It is very serious. The consequences of not taking care of brahmanas, the cows, the sick people, the women. The consequences of not taking care of them, and the consequences for abusing them. Very, very dangerous and risky. That no intelligent person or fortunate person would like to venture into it. And I remember also in the third canto of our time, Prophet is speaking in the section they were who was speaking how it is a great responsibility of the mother to take care of the child. He didn't say the father, he said the mother. Because the father's duty is to go out and look for something to maintain the family. And the mother stays in the house. So it is her duty to be sure that the child is being trained to become a good devotee, a good future, and those who are going to carry on this legacy that our children are giving to us. They are the children. So it is a great responsibility for our mothers and fathers to take care of our children. Failure to do that is a devastating situation, and we are facing it, we are experiencing it. So it's very important that you have asked this question. The mother stays with the child in the house. So it is her duty to be sure that the child is being Christian conscious. And I saw how in our system we have a great devotee like Srinivasa Acharya. Srinivasa Acharya's mother, when she was nursing Srinivasa Acharya, when she's nursing nursing the baby in her hands on her lap. See his breast, feeding the baby. Whilst she was doing that, she constantly chanted the holy name into his ears. So she was taking care of the child right from the child. And we know how that the money also trained Prahlad Maharaj in the womb. Before Prahlad Maharaj came out from the womb, he's already a pure devotee. And nothing can stop his Krishna consciousness. So taking care of our children is very, very, very important. That is a great responsibility for the mother and the father. All right.
Yes, Gurudev, thank you so much for answering such an important question. Moving on to our next question. How can we take shelter of Krishna when life circumstances are seemingly favorable?
How can we take shelter of Krishna?
Yes, how can we take shelter of Krishna when our life circumstances are favorable, in a favorable situation?
Favorable or unfavorable?
It's favorable situation, like
Uh,
seemingly favorable.
uh,
Yes.
that one is easy. That one is easy. It's easy when things are favorable. It's easy for both those who are strong and those who are lazy to take advantage, because then we are we are we are not we are not we are not just using our strength alone. We are being influenced by the higher energy much more than the normal situation. So we have a lot of facilities. Everything is favorable. How to take advantage is by going fully into it. Just like if someone is hungry and the prasadam has been provided, there's nothing more to do than to honor it to our full satisfaction. And we're going to eat according to the level of our appetite. So we have been given this opportunity. We have been given this opportunity to have all the necessary facilities, all the necessary facilities. We have a good health change. We have good environment, devotional environment. We have the scriptures. We have the devotees around whom we can serve with, whom we can chant with, whom we can hear with. We have all the facilities available. We have the prasadam. We have the Ganges. We have the Bhagavatam. We have the holy name. We have the deities. We have the Tulsi Devi. So now the situation is favorable. Now the situation is favorable, and also it is said that in a near future, the Kali Yuga will be so developed that there will be no Krishna consciousness. You will not find devotees in the city. Just like now, anywhere you go, you can see devotee. Anytime you turn to YouTube, you can get devotee. If you turn television, you can see devotee. Go to the street, you see devotees. In the temple, in the house, you see devotee. A time is coming when we will never have access. We will never have this opportunity. They will be gone. So now we have a good opportunity. We have everything available. We can get association at any moment. Just turn into any temple around the world. It could be their time for Bhagavatam somewhere else. Anytime you have it. In any given time there is a temple. The lectures are going on, the kirtan is going on, the program is going on, so many things are going on, that lecture is going on. And you can participate. Now we have this facilities. Anywhere you want to go now, you can call the devotees here to bring person to at the airport or at the train station and at the bus station, and all the facilities we have them now. Duty to take full advantage of it. We have any difficulty, we can call a devotee. Immediately you get the answer, you get the solution to the problem. Either you are looking for some questions some answer to some questions, you can easily call a devotee and get it, or you go to the database, you get it. See, we have so many facilities now to have good association, to participate in many programs. You can study the sasha online, have association of devotees online. Everything is available now. So it is our duty to fully participate according to our appetite, how much we are hungry for this. And that is based on the level of your karma. For those of us who have a lighter karma, if you are attracted to Krishna consciousness and pray like most of our devotees are praying, please be association of your devotee. I don't want any association. Bali Maharaj. I only want association of your devotees eternally. Don't give me any association. I don't want any other association. Only association of your pure devotees. So we have all the facilities and we can pray, we can beg for this mercy, we can engage ourselves in all the available facilities Krishna and his pure devotees have made for us. Alright?
Yes, Gilbert, thank you so much for answering this question. Our next question is, this is a very concerning question because the question goes, so many initiated devotees into different kinds of Baba. So, what message would you like to give to those devotees?
Some initiate devotees are doing what?
They're going to different kind of Babas and different kind of people in Vrindavan. They're hearing others lecture and not particularly for SCON. So, what message would you like to give to those devotees?
Well, I will say that they are not chaste. Well, they have the reason that they are not getting what the rasa, and they're not getting rasa kata, baba kata prem bhakti kata. They're not getting that, so they are running here and there. They are running here and there. So they have this reason. They are not getting it. ISKCON doesn't have qualified rasikas. So the Babaji they have. So they are running here and there. My advice to them is that they have the good reason of thinking like this. But I feel that they are not chaste. And they also does not know the science of bring back. They don't know the science. This is my own experience. I'm talking from my own experience. I will not condemn anybody, but I feel that they are not loyal to Prabhupada. Why I say that, because Prabhupada has given everything. It is just that we are not assessing all the wonderful the wonderful opportunity Krishna Mr. Prabhupada has given to us. I feel that we are not assessing it properly. Look at Prabhupada gave us the books of the Goswamis, the 6 Goswamis, and all of them they have. And look at some, just say Vidagda Madhava, Lalita Mahava, just see what they contain. Krishna Anika Kamodi, Udwara Nilamani, and many other literatures. I was Kopal Champus, Jiva Goswami, Ananda Bhagavan Champu, Kavikan. His Holiness Bhakti Banu Maharaj translated all this. And other devotees have translated all these books in property books and available. They contain. But I feel that these devotees are restless due to lack of Krishna consciousness, lack of maturity. They lack appreciation, because I know that if one follow all this teaching Prophet has given to us, one will gradually make advancement. And as we are making advancement in our Christian consciousness, Acharyas, they knows where we are. They will arrange different personalities that we have to meet in our Christian consciousness that will help us the next stage. That we don't have to run here and there. Stay where we are. Christian will make arrangement perfectly for us to get everything we want in one place. Christian people are doing a custom. In one place, you get everything. So I feel that they are not loyal enough. They are not taking the right step enough by 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 engaging ourselves seriously in the practice. The one who engages himself or herself seriously in the practice will get all the blessings of our child. All our charities are present right now, to, and for eternity, they are always present with us. So why we run here and there? Because you don't know the science, you don't know the formula. If one knows the formula, you don't need to run here and there. I'm repeating my words. I have seen many devotees. I have seen many devotees who have left ISKCON and joined some other organization, which I've seen, because they say that Prabhupada has given you the foundation, and now they 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 are meeting some Babaji, some other people who are building on the foundation Prabhupada has given to us. And they say like this, but I have looked into their life. Yes, they are speaking the philosophy, but that does not mean that by speaking about them you are already there. This is what they don't understand. You can speak about it, you can hear about it, doesn't mean that you are there. I have seen many of these devotees who are very empty spiritually. They have no substance in their own life. I don't see. I've not seen. I've seen many devotees who have left ISKCON. They are in this Babaji, that Babaji. They are following and doing all kinds of so-called practices. They say they are following. Looking deeply into their life, I am not seeing Krishna conscious substance like it's expected to see. Maybe it's because of my own low nature, but I think that it is not only my low nature. It is something wrong with them. And I mentioned what is wrong with them is their restlessness. And their restlessness is not due to Christian prayer. Their restlessness is because they are bereft of Christian prayer. This is my experience. I have seen, like I'm saying, I have seen many devotees. And a few days ago, I was just pointing to one of them. He came to, they came to visit me, and I was looking at their life and I was seeing, some of them I know for many years, and I can trace what they have been doing for these few years. I don't see anything tangible in their life that they can hold on to and say that yes, this is something I have gotten. Apart from just speaking these pastimes. Speaking the past and repeating. Speaking this pastime does not mean that you want it there. This is a mistake they are making. Yes, we should speak the past and picture all day in our childhood books. What is the need of running here and there and remain empty? I have seen many. So I feel that there is no need to run here and there. Just stay in one place and do a very serious, strict, strong sadhana. Our chariots will arrange for our success in Christian consciousness. That is sure, that is guaranteed, and that is the process I follow and I want devotees to follow. Alright?
Yes, Guru. Thank you so much for answering this question. Our next question is, How important is to control our anger and when to distinguish whether it is a call for love or ego?
Okay. Yeah, a few days ago we were discussing we were discussing in the Bible time how he was so angry that he used his fist to break the column in his in his own palace. He was so angry. So we're looking at it. Just look the danger of anger. The danger of anger is that one lost his intelligence, one lost the power of memory, one also lost the ability of avoiding offenses. When one is angry, we can do offense to anybody, both junior, equal, or superior. We can do offenses to other them when one is angry because intelligence is lost, memory is lost, fortune is lost. When one is angry, one is empty because anger, Lord Krishna mentioned in our Gita that is one of the gates that leads to hell, not to Goloka, it leads to hell. So it is so dangerous that one goes to hell with anger. So we were also remembering some incidences, what can anger can do. Um, so here Nakasipu is breaking the column of his pillar in his palace because he was so angry that he is asking his son Prahlad Maharaj, show me that your God that is considered to be superior to me, that you are talking so much about. You are talking nonsensically, you are unfortunate. Prahlad Maharaj is not unfortunate. Prahlad Maharaj is extremely, very, very, very fortunate because Sanatana Goswami mentioned that just by seeing Prahlad Maharaj, just by touching Prahlad Maharaj, just by hearing Prahlad Maharaj, seeing, touching, and hearing Prahlad Maharaj, one becomes a pure devotee. Hiranyakasipu was seeing Prahlad, his own son, who appeared from his own biological son, who is so powerful, so pure, so fortunate that one sees him become pure. Hiranyakasipu was seeing Prahlad every day, but he didn't become pure because he was contaminated by anger. He was destroyed by his own anger. He is bereft of fortune. That is the danger of anger. That the fortune personified was standing right in his own, before him in his own house, as his own child. But Hiranyakasipu was destroyed by anger that he couldn't see. And if he cannot see the fortune before him, how will he see the source of that great fortune, his son's son, who is standing before him, who is the supreme personality of God? And what did he see? He wanted to see the Lord, but he didn't see when the Lord appeared from the pillar before him because he was already contaminated by anger. And when Lord Singhadev came up from the pillar, the supreme personality of God came up from the pillar. So Akasipu did not see him as the supreme personality of God, the source of his own strength, the source of everything that he could think of having, the source of that, including himself. Sri Akasipu did not see that. I want to fight the supreme personality of God, and he got killed. That is the danger of anger. So that anger is for love. That is not a call for love. A call for anger, which is a call for love, is different. What is that? When a friend is expecting his or her friend to come. For example, Srimati Radhanani had an appointment that Krishna was coming to see her at 2 o'clock. So Srimati Radhanani went with her sakis and constructed very beautiful, extremely sweet, and perfect kundi for the pleasure of Krishna. She everything was perfectly arranged. She invested all her energy into it to make sure she gave Krishna complete pleasure, complete satisfaction, complete happiness. She invested everything there. All her energy was invested. And made sure everything was ready before the time Krishna promised to come. Then, you know, after you have cooked very, your friend is coming, you have cooked very nicely, make all the preparation. So while the one is working, and because one has the interest to satisfy, to please the friend, one would like to put himself or herself in the better situation. So Srimati Rani has to go and take a fresh bath, decorate her body very nicely, put herself in a way that when Krishna sees her, he'll be very, very, very happy. Enjoy the kunj she has prepared for him. And what happened? Lord Krishna at the same time went to spend his time with the Chandravali, and he didn't come. Smatrani was waiting and waiting. 5 minutes to 2, no sign of Krishna coming. 2 o'clock, no sign of Krishna. 2:30, 3 o'clock. Smatrani became very, very anxious. And she sent a little Visaka Sakis, go and check what has happened that my friend, my Prananath, is not here. So Lalita Saki and Visaka Saki, they went to spy Krishna, search everywhere and discovered they discovered that Lord Krishna was enjoying his life coolly with the Chandravali, and because of that, he did not come at the promised time to see Srimati Rani, who had been waiting for him. And the news was delivered to Srimati Rani. She became extremely angry. That is a call for love. Why? Because she was expecting that she's coming, she's going to enjoy with him, or she's going to enjoy all the things he has prepared for his pleasure. She spent time, she involved everything, putting her into making everything suitable for his enjoyment. All this, Krishna did not appreciate it, and instead he has gone to spend his time with another girl who is a rival of Srimati Radharani. See, he could have done it other times and still keep his time to come and see Srimati Radharani, but he didn't come. So Srimati Radharani, this is not a behavior of a responsible person. So Srimati Radharani said, because Krishna is black people doesn't have good behavior. They have no good behavior. Krishna is black, no good behavior. So he didn't. So he misbehaved and doesn't do things properly. So Srimati was very, very angry. This is a call for love. That he didn't come at the time he promised. That is a call for love. He didn't satisfy her as she expected. But she was not planning to kill Krishna like Hiranyakashipu. That is the difference. It's a call for love. It's different from an anger which is very, very destructive and contaminated anger, which is leading one to hell. The call for love, anger which is a call for love, will increase the love for each other. It will not put anyone in hell. But anger which is demonic will send someone to hell. So there is a great difference, like heaven and hell difference between the two. So I didn't complete the story. I only took the part which is suitable for our discussion. So this is the difference. I hope it makes sense. All right.
Yes, Guru, thank you so much for answering so sweetly. So our next question is, it is a bit concerning because a lot of people have sent similar kind of questions. So we have compiled it to a one question that says, nowadays, especially the born devotees that are the children and the teenagers today in this con, does not consciousness seriously. So how can we make them understood the importance of Krishna consciousness and also the sinful reaction for not doing it so?
Mm. Yes, how to make them Christian conscious? We should show that by our behavior towards them. And it is better not. It is better not to take the issue just on the surface. It is better to dig the root, to look at the root of this serious problem. Our children are not taking the Christian consciousness as is expected. See, the Christians' children are Christians. The Muslim children are Muslim. It's all the Christian conscious children are not Christian conscious children. Why is that? You see, in Christian consciousness, we are keeping for regulative principles, so to speak, so to say. We are chanting Hare Krishna mantra, we are taking prasadam. The Hindus and the Muslims and the Christians, they are not keeping principles, they are not taking prasadam, but their children are their members. So, why the children of those who are taking prasadam, they are chanting the holy name, they are keeping, so to speak, regulative principles, and are supposed to be in the higher consciousness? Why our own children are not taking the Christian consciousness? Why those who are not as fortunate as we are taking to Christian consciousness? So, from my experience and looking at the scripture, is due to not following what our scripture have recommended. I remember Srila Papa said that it is compulsory for every Hare Krishna devotee to do governance samskara. It is compulsory. So we see those of us who are not born in devotee family, they were not governance samskara. We became devotees. So sometimes also we see that some devotees they did the samskara and they say they're not devotees. What is the responsible? The priest is materialistic. He doesn't have pure consciousness, and and so he didn't do everything spiritually. It is done because of money, of potency. And the parent also, they did everything whimsically, they didn't follow the person very nicely. Therefore, the consequences is heavy that our children are not taking Krishna classes. It is punishment. Because those who know they suffer more than those who suffer, who sin in ignorance. If you sin in ignorance, you suffer less. Those who sin in knowledge suffer more. Because our conscience would severe the chastisement for being insensible in activities. Yes. So it is, we should be very, very, very careful to see that we follow what is recommended in the scripture. The Prophet said this will be compatibility. The character and the place of the girl should correspond. If the girl is of demonic nature, the husband should be demonic nature. And if it's of divine nature, the boy, the husband, and the girl should be of divine nature. This is compatibility. And Sanskara must be done. Sanskara is very, very simple, so it's simple. And if we follow it as it is, they guarantee that our children will become devotees. So it is lack of this following the regulated scriptural injunction that is producing what we are having. Majority of our children born in this woman are not Christian conscious. Not only that they are not Christian conscious, they hate this movement. They hate the movement because they think that this movement has spoiled their lives. I have so many people like this. There are things which we who are not born in this movement didn't do before coming to Krishna consciousness. Our children born in here are doing all of them. So it is better to sing in knowledge and in ignorance than to sing in knowledge. This is a serious problem. It is compulsory, proper. I'm putting proper, not me. It is compulsory for all our householders to do governance samskara. And even when the samskara is done, you should follow it up. So Yashoda Mai did all the necessary samskara for Krishna with the Supreme Personality who does not need it. But it was done because he wanted to teach us the importance of that. So we should follow it. So it is a very difficult task that we want to transform cancer. We want to transform Kingdom. It is difficult. It is difficult. Those who want to advise cancer became the servant, Bhagavatam said. Also, those who became close associated with the Kingdom, they were all killed. So it's not an easy thing to preach, to convince a cancer of Kingdom. But it's easy to preach to Maharaj Yudhishthira in the Pandavas. But I exalted what he said online. Alright?
Yes, Gurudev, thank you so much. So we go to the last question of today's session, and that is how to deal with the cheating propensity of a man as a wife. If a husband is, how to deal in such a situation?
Well, if the man is cheating the wife, how to deal with it? Overlook. If we want to remain Krishna conscious, a cheating husband, if good advice cannot do, just forget it and continue with your Krishna consciousness. Don't make it as an issue. Because if one is fortunate to take good advice, it is good. You can advise. This is wrong. It should not be done. Because if the woman does that, the man will not be happy. Therefore, it is not good for the man to do that, to cheat the wife. But if one has a husband who is like that, he cannot change, and several advices have been given, and many people have talked about this, it is a habit that you continue. The wife should just forget about it and not continue with her personal consciousness. Just overlook. Continue with your personal consciousness. Don't stop. We have experience. I had a man who has this nature, always cheat the wife. He will not come to the house until 11, 12 o'clock every day. After closing from work, is to go out to hotel to different places and to gratify the senses. He would never enter the house until 11 or 12. And the wife has to wait for him till he come and enter the house, because if he knock the door twice, the wife has to be beaten. He doesn't knock the house twice. If he knock the one once, the door must be open. Otherwise, he's beaten. He's beaten. So this is the life this man has been living, but the wife never one day reported him to her parents or his parents. She tolerated everything and continued with her life. After so many years, the purity and the sacrifice of his wife affected him and transformed him. So after many years, this man called for the parents of his wife and his own parents. When they came, the wife was very, very, very disturbed. Maybe the man has called for the parents so that he can ask them to take her away. She was worried. But to her surprise, because of the purity of austerity, she was serving her husband completely no grudge. With the beatings, he never reported complaint of his. So his husband is a parent or her own parent. She tolerated everything. Because of that, Krishna came in her life. He touched the man's heart. So he called for the both parents. When they came, he went down on his knees, begging his and the wife's parents to help him beg the wife for forgiveness for all the torture, mistreatment, abuse, everything he had done to her, which was not known to them. He told them that, quote, I do not know for a long time that I have a saint in my house who happened to be my own wife. He narrated all his bad habits, his bad activities, all the nonsense things I've been doing for years, but the woman never reported him to his friends, her own friends, his relatives, or the woman's relatives. He tolerated it. Because of that, he was transformed. And from that day onward, he stopped drinking, he stopped hunting women, he stopped all the bad nonsense things he was doing before, and started respecting, honoring his wife. He said the wife is a saint. He has a saint in his house which he never recognized. But eventually, by Krishna's mercy, he got it. I also had a story about Sri Prabhupada's sister who has similar experience, but she stayed and eventually converted the man into a good person. All right?
Yes, Gurudev, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have reached to the end of today's session. It's been a pleasure being with you all today once again. Thank you all for your patience, our deepest gratitude who have attended today's session. We will soon return with another question answer session. Please do send us your question either on Facebook or YouTube channel. You can also send your question on the ID mentioned in the description below. If your question is unheard, we make sure we answer your question in another session. Thank you so much, Gurudev, for answering all our questions enthusiastically. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.